back now with our series Weight Loss Revolution and what you need to know about what happens once you reach your goal when taking weight loss medication. Becky Rowley joins us now with that. So important, Becky.
Lindsay, you're right. Now that these medications used for weight loss like Wegovy and Zepbound have been on the market for a while, patients are faced with figuring out what to do when they hit their weight goal.
I am still on Mounjaro for maintenance.
Callie Svensson of New Jersey started taking Mounjaro in July 2022. And when she hit her goal of losing 90 pounds, her focus shifted to maintenance.
I never want to stop taking these medications. My goal in terms of maintenance is to be on the lowest effective dose possible. I don't ever want to be on a dose that's too high.
One clinical trial found that patients going off weight loss medications have an average weight gain rebound of about 2/3 of the total weight loss. So many doctors say coming up with a maintenance plan, staying on some amount of medication, may be best for most, but it can look different for everyone. People are really dialing down these dosages. Are they kind of winging it out there?
Some people may be winging it. We recommend that people lose 15% of their body weight or more as a target, and then reduce the dose, take it less frequently. That minimizes the side effects and makes it as cost-effective as possible.
But doctors say patients should keep a close eye on how their bodies react to dosage changes.
If they regain a significant amount, maybe 5% of their weight, then I would absolutely restart the medication the way they were taking it before.
Besides reducing the dosage amount or spreading the time between shots, doctors say lifestyle changes are key.
We've shifted from counting calories to focusing our patients on getting in a high-quality diet, healthy foods like vegetables and healthy proteins.
But data shows that even those who continue a healthy lifestyle may be metabolically prone to weight gain.
They want to lose weight, but something is stopping them from complying with the diet, or even if they comply, their weight doesn't go down. We know this from years of research. So it's unrealistic to expect that a behavioral program of any type is going to help someone to maintain in the long run.
For Callie, she hopes to maintain her current weight and let go of the worries she'll gain it back.
I even had a section of clothes in my closet that was like for when I messed up and when I got heavy again or got unhealthy again. And so for the future is to get rid of that section of my closet and to never have to worry about becoming that unhealthy version of myself again with this weight that's lifted off of my shoulders.
This point is so key. The body wants to return to its highest weight, its set point. One's metabolism, hormones, and brain chemistry are working against the people who've lost weight and are trying to maintain a lower body mass without these drugs. And according to the doctors we talked to, the comparison to high cholesterol or high blood pressure is a good one. Often medication is needed in addition to lifestyle changes. Maintaining your weight is no different, guys.
Yeah, crucial point, Becky. Thank you so much for that. And joining us now with more is Dr. Alexandra Sowa. She's an obesity medicine physician, author of The Ozempic Revolution, and the founder of Sowell Health. Thank you so much for joining us today, Doctor, on our first day in our new home. A lot to discuss here. So what does maintenance look like when you're using a weight loss drug?
Well, I think it's really important to reiterate that people who are on these drugs and have success, they've tried everything else and it didn't work, right? And this medication is helping to reset a metabolism and a hormonal system that's just become totally dysregulated. So if you've had success on these drugs, generally you're going to have to stay on them to continue to maintain the weight loss. It's not what people want to hear, but it's really important that people understand this. Now, there are some people who can come down on the dose, and there are even fewer still who might be able to come totally off, but it is rare. And if you come off or down off these medications and say, I'm doing all the right things, I'm going to the gym, I'm eating well, I'm doing it all, and it's not working and you're gaining weight, it's not you. It really is biology.
And there's a lot of talk about microdosing GLP-1s, but it sounds like that can really backfire.
Well, let's be honest, this is a little bit of a made-up internet term. I'm not even sure totally what it means, okay, but it's gained a lot of popularity. So on one hand, if you are kind of hacking your own dose at home and making it smaller because you just think you don't need the full dose, that's definitely going to backfire in most cases, because we set these doses, the FDA and the drug makers, because they work at those doses. Now, I also want people to know that just if a medication is working at a lower dose, it does not mean you have to go up. And so if we're calling that microdosing, staying at a lower effective dose for a long period of time, that can be great.
Okay, so what are some signs if someone is ready to change dosage that they need to talk to their doctor?
Oh, so it can run the gamut here. So if you have more weight to lose and you're not at the full dose of the medication, then it's definitely time to probably go up. If you are feeling sick, this is really important. You are not ready to go up to the next dose. You need to master the current dose and feeling well. And sometimes I think this is where we see a lot of the crazy headlines about side effects because people are just racing to get to the top so that they can lose the most weight, but then they're really sick. So don't do that. And if you are at a higher dose and you're losing too much weight, time to come down.
You know, you brought this up, Becky brought this up, just this idea that there are people who are going to say, I want to come off. Maybe they don't want to be on a medication for the rest of their life. What do you tell those patients? And for them, is it harder? Let's just say you come off and then you want to go back on. Does it create an issue going forward as well?
It's a great question. So people go off these meds for all sorts of reasons. You know, life happens. Insurance will change.
Right.
You might get pregnant or want to get pregnant, or it's just time to come off because mentally you would like to titrate down. And so in that scenario, I say work with your doctor. I, in my practice, like to titrate people down slowly and have a plan for what we might add in otherwise. Remember, these aren't the only anti-obesity medicines on the market. We have other drugs and they might be more affordable and they might work for you. So you taper one down and you go on another one. It really is about finding the right solution. And if you're coming down, I always tell my patients, don't just bury your head in the sand if you're gaining weight. You gotta pay attention to the data and you want to look for those other lab markers, the blood sugar, the cholesterol, because those improvements also go away when you stop these drugs. You got to be monitored by a doctor.
Let's talk a little holistically. Beyond the medication, what should people be doing to support themselves as they are in this maintenance phase?
Yes, so people think that they've lost the weight and then all the work is done, and that's not how it works. This is actually the period of time that I want people to really lean into the habits. It's actually why I wrote the Ozempic Revolution, not just to help people in the weight loss period, but to give them the habit, the food, the lifestyle foundations for maintenance. You really need to make sure you keep doing what got you here and not just say, hey, yay, it's all done.
Yep. Healthy habits.
So good. It's so great to have you, Dr. Sowa. I know that you're going to be coming back later this week talking about how it impacts muscle mass, which is also another huge part and a takeaway. Thank you for being with us. We will see you later this week.